What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So I told y'all, we have to quit with the excuses. And now it has been revealed. We know May of 2022, undefeated 3-division world champion, 5-time world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as one of the faces, if not the face of the sport of boxing, who is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and is a cash cow in the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. 29 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. It's a durable, slick, crafty power puncher that has a high ring IQ, and he's a southpaw. May of 2022, Gervonta Tank Davis took on undefeated lightweight star title contender Rolando "Rolly" Romero. Now, why is that important? What will we get ready to discuss? Because the biggest fight in the sport of boxing right now that's being discussed, and one of the hindrance from Gervonta Tank Davis's team, representatives of Gervonta Tank Davis, friends of Gervonta Tank Davis, and fans of Gervonta Tank Davis. Not actually Gervonta Tank Davis himself, but he did make a statement that's important. But the biggest fight is Gervonta Tank Davis versus his biggest rival, his biggest nemesis, and that's a guy he has a deep-rooted history with, 2 glorified sparring sessions, undefeated 2-division world champion, former lightweight undisputed world champion, and now the reigning WBC junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is top 10 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and Devin "The Dream" Haney. Devin Haney is 31 wins, no losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 25 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, right? Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, right now, currently as it stands, after all their accomplishments in the build-up, they are the biggest fight in the sport of boxing currently today as it stands. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Devin Haney. It's the biggest fight in boxing, right? And Devin Haney made his debut December 9th, San Francisco, California, Chase Center, where the Golden State Warriors play, at junior welterweight, 140. When he took on and defeated 2-time WBC junior welterweight world champion superstar boxer Regis the Rougarou Prograis. And he dominated Regis Prograis. Won every single round, dropped Regis Prograis in the fight, staggered him a few times, even had Regis Prograis corner and the referee contemplating stopping the fight. But Devin Haney was labeled for so long a pillow-fisted non-puncher that can't take a punch and can't sell. It's not a draw. Even Gervonta Tank Davis himself labeled Devin Haney as a middleweight that can't punch himself out of a wet paper bag and can't take a punch. And he was going to knock him out. Well, Devin Haney removed those doubts because Regis Prograis caught him with a few good left hooks in the fight. And another label that was placed on Devin Haney is that he can't have his way and struggles with southpaws. Regis Prograis is a durable southpaw. So Devin Haney dominates the fight with Regis Prograis, sells out the arena. Tank Davis tells the world that the reason the arena was sold out is because the tickets was cheap. But he fought King Ryan Garcia in a big fight, and Ryan Garcia's tickets was cheaper than Devin Haney's tickets in his hometown of Los Angeles, California. That wasn't being talked about. But now, Devin Haney proved that he has power. Devin Haney proved that he can deal with southpaws. Devin Haney proved that he could take a punch. and he proved that he could sell. Now the narrative changed. One fight removed from 135. He fought at 135 his entire career since he was 14, 15 years of age. Devin Haney fought at 135, right? His first fight removed from 135. Now, he and Gervonta Tank Davis was at 135 for 4 years together. They campaigned at 135 for 4 years together, right? And never a contract was sent to Devin Haney. And Devin Haney can't send him a contract because, as is always stated, that Tank Davis is the cash cow. He's the A side. He's the face. You can't send him and make him an offer. He makes you an offer. Okay, so they never made Devin Haney an offer. When Devin Haney became the undisputed champion and had the WBC belt before he became undisputed, they said belts didn't matter, right? But now get this. Gervonta Tank Davis has held on to his WBA title at lightweight since 2019, December 2019, when he beat Yuriorkis Gamboa, right? More importantly, for the sake of this video, everybody's talking about how big Devin Haney is. He's too big for Gervonta Tank Davis. One fight removed from 135. They campaigned in the same division for 4 years, a division in which Gervonta Tank Davis has missed weight in. Now, one fight removed, he's too big. Cool. But the chickens always come home to roost. Right? And the truth will always come to the light. So now they're saying that Devin Haney has to come back down to 135 if he wants to fight against Gervonta Tank Davis, because it's simply not fair for Gervonta Tank Davis to fight Devin Haney, who is just simply too big, right? This is the narrative now. And now it either has to be at a catchweight or 135. But this only exists for certain fighters. Why is that, you guys, Blue? Because now the proof has come out. Gervonta Tank Davis fought in his last fight against Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135, right? They fought at a catchweight 136 with a rehydration clause, a 10-pound rehydration clause the next day, which was 12 hours later or so. Gervonta Tank Davis weighed in at pretty much 146. Okay? He pretty much weighed in at 146. Right? The next day, the next morning. So it gets misconstrued because everybody talks about Devin Haney's fight with Regis Prograis, how he rehydrated to 165. This is what everybody points to. And they mislead you by telling you that this is not fair for Tank Davis to fight a guy 25 pounds heavier than him. On the contrary, he will not be 25 pounds heavier than him. Okay? Why? So he weighed 146 the next morning for the Ryan Garcia fight. That was the 10 pounds. He had to weigh that the next morning. What did he actually weigh in the ring? See, he couldn't rehydrate more than 10 pounds for the next day weigh-in. You follow me? So they had to have a next day weigh-in like the International Boxing Federation, better known as the IBF, does. They have a next day weigh-in. They have 2 weigh-ins. So you can't be more than 10 pounds the next day. So he couldn't, that being Ryan Garcia, couldn't be more than 10 pounds the next day. Right? So it don't let him completely, fully rehydrate to what his body wants to recover to, right? It prevents his body from going and recovering to what it actually wants to. He's still restricting it, right? And then he'll go up as much as he possibly can before the night of the fight, as much as he could possibly eat. So what did Gervonta Tank Davis gain? From the next day, the 9 o'clock in the morning, next day weigh-in, okay, to the actual fight. Do you think he didn't gain 1 pound? Okay, so he weighed 146. You don't think from that morning, get this, from that morning to the actual fight, you don't think Gervonta Tank Davis ate and gained a single pound? You think he got in the ring at actual 146? Because now get this, his good friend, undefeated junior welterweight star title contender, Richardson Hitchens, recently stated that Gervonta Tank Davis walks around at 146. We know that not to be true because he just fought Ryan Garcia at 136 with a 10-pound rehydration clause, and the next morning he weighed how much? 146. With 10-pound restriction. He gained 10 pounds from 136. The initial weigh-in, the next morning he was 146. So what do you think he was actually in the ring? If he walked around at 146, right? Then how could he rehydrate to 146? What do you think? He didn't gain a single pound from that moment forward because he's just dehydrated. So once you drink a little bit of fluid and eat a little bit, you're going to gain weight. If there's anybody out there that understands this, right? If you wear a sauna suit and then get on the scale, you can wear a sauna suit, then get on the scale. You'll be 4 pounds lighter. As soon as you drink water or eat something, that weight comes right back like that. Okay? It instantly comes right back. So, the fact that he is 146, he was at least the moment he got in the ring at 150. So, we know that not to be true, that he walked around at 146. That's the bump. Now, we know he came in at least 150 pounds against Ryan Garcia, right? But Ryan Garcia didn't have enough time to go back up to his natural healthy weight, right? Now, let's factor in this. Why is this important? When he fought against, now keep in mind, for the people that don't understand this, Devin Haney weighed in at 8 a.m. on Friday, because people keep saying he rehydrated 25 pounds in 24 hours. False. That is not true and it's misleading. He weighed in at 8 a.m. on Friday. He didn't get in the ring, his actual ring weight. He didn't get in the ring till 11:30 East Coast time on Saturday. That's nearly 2 days later of rehydrating. Okay, so he didn't gain 25 pounds in 24 hours. That's number one. Number two, Gervonta Tank Davis fought, and now people are complaining. Well, Devin Haney naturally walks around at 180 pounds. He walks around. I'm going to debunk and show you it's about skill, not size, that they're concerned with. Because we see, and I'm going to show you the actual proof. May of 2022, no rehydration clause, no catch weight, right? Gervonta Tank Davis fought Rolando Rolly Romero. Why is this important, you say? Because Rolando Rolly Romero, right before he fought Gervonta Tank Davis, look what he actually weighed. 180.4 pounds. That's Rolly, officials Rolly's. You see the comments. He said the cutest toes in boxing. 180 pounds is 0.4 is what Rolly was walking around. Rolly rehydrated. There was no rehydration clause. There was no catch weights. Rolly rehydrated to 150 pounds. Actually, I was told Rolly weighed 151.2 the night that he fought Gervonta Tank Davis. He rehydrated to 151 pounds. So that is 16 pounds. That's 16 pounds. There was no rehydration clause. There was no catch weight. Why? Because they didn't respect Rolly's skills. Not his size, his skills. Now, if Gervonta Tank Davis weighed in, now let's get to this, because people tell you that Devin Haney, if he weighed 165, he would outweigh Tank Davis by he would outweigh Tank Davis by 25 pounds. As if Tank Davis is going to weigh in at 140 and not gain a single pound of rehydration. That is false. That's false. Because if Tank Davis, quote unquote, walked around at 146, he would at least rehydrate it to 146, which means Devin Haney would outweigh him by 19 pounds, not 25. But we know Gervonta Tank Davis is not going to only rehydrate 6 pounds. He's going to rehydrate at least to 150, which means that Devin Haney will have 15 pounds advantage, right? Now, keep this in mind. He fought Mario Barrios at 140 with a 10-pound rehydration clause, meaning that Mario Barrios couldn't be more than 150. And Tank Davis fought a guy who was 150 pounds, who was bigger than Devin Haney, right? So the next day, Mario Barrios couldn't weigh more than 150 pounds of rehydration, which means Mario Barrios probably was about 54 pounds, which means if Tank Davis rehydrated from 140 to 150, Mario Barrios was, what, 4 pounds heavier? But we know that not to be true, right? So if Tank Davis weighed in at 140 pounds, he's going to rehydrate at least 10 pounds. How do we know that? Because we see the proof that when he weighed in at 136 pounds, in a matter of 12 hours or so, 16 hours, 12 to 16 hours, he regained 10 pounds. And that was with restriction. So if he weighs 140, he's going to rehydrate to at least 150, which means Devin Haney will have a 15-pound weight advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? So if all held to be true, where they say Tank Davis stays at his natural weight, if he weighed in at 135 pounds and he stays at 135 pounds, because that's the narrative they try to paint. That's the picture they try to paint, as if he weighs in at 135 pounds and he stays 135 pounds. Or he's going to weigh in at 140 pounds and he's going to stay 140 pounds. And Devin Haney's going to miraculously gain 25 pounds and he's going to stay at 140 and be 25 pounds heavier than Devin Haney, which we know is not true. Right? So if that were to be the case, if he weighed 135 pounds and Romero weighed 151.2 or whatever he weighed, over 150 pounds, then that means that 15 pounds that Devin Haney would outweigh him by, as they say, right? Then it's about the same thing Rolly would weigh, right? The difference is Devin Haney's skills and Rolly's skills. The difference is Devin Haney's skills and Mario Barrios' skills. The difference is Devin Haney's skill set and all the other fighters' skill set compared to Devin Haney. They're not concerned with Devin Haney's size. They're concerned with his size and his skill set. They know that's the problem. Period. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.